Happy Friday and happy Hollow weekend to you all. What's everyone doing this weekend? Are people dressing up? I thought about what I would want my Halloween costume to be. And for sure, hands down, Sheena Shea in season 11 in the Sir Alley, where she looks like 90s Shania Twain and yells at Tom Sandoval. I would dress up as that, but I've put zero effort into that costume idea to this point. So I don't think that's going to happen. But lately, I kind of have been wanting to dress up as Jen Pedranti yelling at Tamra in London because she looks so cute and I like that outfit. Those are my top 2 Halloween costumes I'd be down for this weekend. Let me know in the comments what y'all are dressing up as. So welcome. We're here for another episode of Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze, where we are covering all the latest Bravo quote unquote news and the Bravo TV lineup. If you're new here, I just want to make it clear that I do not work for Bravo or anyone else, excuse me, or anyone else for that matter, except myself. I'm an independent self-produced podcaster and one-woman show. And as a disclaimer, I would like to remind everyone that this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Be cool. Don't be all like uncool. We are not here to intentionally harm anyone and by no means use this platform as an avenue for bullying. And anything said is alleged. If you are not following us on social media, make sure you do so. We are at Bravo and Blaze on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitch. And we are at Jenny Blaze on YouTube. If you are a podcast listener, please note that we have visuals here on YouTube for you to look at. The audio podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. To help support Bravo and Blaze, make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, and leave a 5-star review. Oh, I see Max is here in our live chat. Hi, Max. TGIF. I'm going to be a golfer. I already have the outfit. Oh my gosh, you better send me a pic. I want to see this golfer costume. As a reminder, we are rewatching The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 4, every Monday on Patreon. And I've been adding a more in-depth discussion on the latest season 5 episodes because, for one, we can't fit everything into this show, this 1 hour. 2, Salt Lake City is my favorite Housewives franchise, so I have way more commentary than some of the other shows. And 3, I have had a lot of one-on-one interactions with this cast, and some of the things I want to share definitely should not be shared on this platform here. So make sure you sign up for our Patreon at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. We have new episodes focused on Salt Lake City on Mondays. But in addition to that, I sometimes add other things that are going on. If you are new, maybe you haven't heard that we visited Bluestone Manor for Halloween. Like, how much more epic of an experience can you get? I mean, unless it was like Christmas, but it felt like that. I really love Halloween. So I was loving it. It was amazing. I was I was personally invited by Dorinda Bentley herself, and she fucking made it nice. Real nice. It was beyond perfection and anything I could have expected. So go check out that episode on Patreon as well. Let's get into Bravo quote unquote news. Oh, wait, hold on. I want to show this picture. I call this Inception. It's Dorinda in front of her piece of art. And that piece of art is me in front of that piece of art from my visit. Okay, let's go to Bravo news. The first thing we have, this is not good news. This is from the reality blurb. We have a picture of Mike Shouhed from from Shaw's of Sunset. And apparently there's video circulating of Mike getting physical with his girlfriend. I don't think it's Paulina, though. I didn't watch the video, and I'm glad I didn't because there should be a very heavy trigger warning on this. I've always said about Mike Shouhed on Shaw's of Sunset, I have been predicting that he is the most, or he's the Bravo Leb who's most likely to be on a Dateline episode. I called it. I'm like, I have been terrified for Paulina ever since that last reunion reunion where she looked like she was held hostage. I just hope I hope that Mike is held accountable. I hope that everyone is safe, and I hope that he gets the healing he needs so that we don't continue down this road because it's very frightening. Let's move on. Oh gosh. Still frightening, but less terrifying. Bravo OOMG posted this. According to Madison LaCroix, Southern Charm season 10 will premiere in December. I rage watch this show because Austin, Shep, not so much Craig anymore, but sometimes Craig. But Whitney, T-Rav, all those guys, they just get me so fired up with rage. I just have to watch it. So it comes out in December, and I guess that fiery rage will keep us warm this winter. So that's fun. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Southern Charm, I thought this was so funny. I was scrolling. This is an ad on Instagram, and it's Sprouted CE. I guess this is like an account for continuing education credits for lawyers. And the post says the legal reality of reality TV. Attorney, that's questionable. Attorney Craig Conover, star of Bravo's Southern Charm, offers a unique perspective on the legal challenges of reality TV. I'm not going to lie, I would love to attend this. But I can't believe that they're giving out actual like continuing education credits for this. This is like kind of concerning to me. Let's move on. For anyone who doesn't understand my beef with Craig, I actually loved Craig for so long. But when he started dating Paige, I was like, oof, I really love Paige. And I just don't think that Craig is good enough to date Paige. And I commented that on someone else's account, and that must have triggered him to block me. And I'm offended. I'm still offended, but whatever. Craig Conover, he makes me laugh. So, what else do we have in Bravo news? On November 24th, we have the next season of Married to Medicine premiering on Bravo. They released the trailer. The trailer looks great, first of all. Contessa is back, and I don't know if everyone knows this, but I interviewed Contessa like, when was it? 2 years ago now? Oh my gosh, that was a long time ago. I also interviewed Dr. Simone this year. I don't know, it was right after the last BravoCon. But go check those out. I love these women. And some of the men are okay. But we had Phaedra from Real Housewives of Atlanta start on Married to Medicine. Phaedra's like killing it right now, but she's back for her second season on this show. Quad has a new man. There's a trip to Key West, which I hate Key West. Don't even get me started. That's like for a Patreon episode. But they go to Key West. Phaedra brings a man. And for some reason, Apollo shows up with a woman. It's very bizarre. But also, I did see Phaedra in New York City back in February of this year. So I have that documented as well if you want to go check that out. Let's move on. Obviously, watch Married to Medicine because it's the most amazing show. Okay, so Queens of Bravo posted this, and it's a Pump Rules filming update. According to the Daily Mail, next season could be its last. That would be season 12. A few cast members are still negotiating their contracts. Producers have auditioned new cast members to replace oldies just in case, and a decision will be made soon. So I asked everyone for their thoughts on this, and I'll just read some of them. No, it has run its course, though. Tom's cheating and Ariana not following the script, quote unquote script, ended this show. I was so hoping last season was the last. How much more can this cast do and or give us? Ugh. I think it's run its course with the current cast. Looking forward to something new. That's shocking. Yeah, it sucks. Hopefully it comes back soon and with the same cast. The ratings are huge, and I see spin-offs coming after season 12. Oh, that's very optimistic. Someone wrote, put period, a period, fork, period, in, period, it, period. That's how I was feeling last season. It won't be the same. Show is donezo. Well, I need to know what everyone else is thinking about this. If you're in the comments, leave a comment. VPR is done. Just end it already. Wow. Everyone has strong feelings. It's the beginning of the end, but the core members will disperse to other shows. It's done. I have spin-off ideas for Bravo, somebody said. Another person said, scrap it, be done until they give us what we want, not some kitty cat emoji. Redemption story, no thanks. I think the redemption journey of Sandoval last season is really what was the biggest turnoff. And it's like, if we're going to continue down this road, please end this, because I can't handle it anymore either. It was going to rest in peace, and then Scandival occurred. A lot of people have said that. Somebody wrote, it's all Prison Mike's fault. Agreed. I mean, I think it's obviously mostly Sandoval's fault, but Prison Mike has a lot to do with it too. She's not innocent. She's too produced. I think she's been in it too long or something. If Tom's, Lala, and Sheena back, can't watch, somebody said. Another person said, can we be done? It was a good run. I would have been okay with it ending this past season. I don't need a reboot. It just needs to end, start something new. I wish it would be done already. It's all fake to me now due to Lulu and Shay. I don't think Ariana will come back, or at least not full-time. I think she's beyond it now. Last season should have been the final season. I don't want a new VPR generation. It's over. I mean, they tried that in season 9, was it? 8 or 9? And I hated it. I don't know if I care. I can't do desperate servers mixed with adulting parents. Yeah, I kind of like this idea of Vanderpump Rules being like the Sir staff, Tom staff, maybe even throw in Schwartz and Sandy's staff and something about her. I don't know. Get creative, Alex Baskin of Baskin Robbins. But I like that the Valley is for the people who are married and have kids, and like they're still the same wild people, but they're just in different stages of their life. And so I kind of like having that distinction, but I don't know. The majority is saying like get rid of it. Someone said, I don't want Lala on TV. Cancel it, don't want it. Wow, thanks for the breaking news. I haven't missed it. Shrug. What's even the point? It should have been done at 10. They fuck things up so bad with 11. It needs to end. They're all too expensive now, and we all don't care anymore. Haha. They just need new blood and no Sando. Y'all had a lot of feedback on that one, which I love. So thank you. Let's move on. Oh, one other thing before we move on to the lineup. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer or something came out, and I just want to say that I don't care and I won't be watching. Moving on. Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 3, Mama Knows Best. The episode description is: shocked by the dramatic GNA ousting, the group seeks answers and apologies. Kierna settles in at her boyfriend's house. Mia and Ink have a staycation to get some space of their own. Stacy's close friend TJ comes to town. I love how they said close friend. That is so shady. That's what I love about Potomac. They have shady editing. That's shady. Anyways, Giselle attempts to make amends with the ladies before an upcoming trip with surprising results. Okay, full honesty on Potomac right now. I'm just not that into it. And I feel really bad about it because I love them. And I guess I am kind of getting more into it with this whole like Mia and Ink thing, because I think it's wild that like Mia, Ink, and Gordon are all like just there together. Mia's just like, this is how it's gonna be. And Gordon's like, I don't like this. She's like, too bad. It's wild. It's wild. And then, oh my gosh, I wonder if they're going to do the paternity test. Like, there's just, it's kind of crazy. But hold on. I'm going to just show you guys my tweets, even though I don't have that many. But Karen Huger is so funny. I just love her. She said to Ashley, there's a scene where Karen and Ashley are going at it. Karen goes, I should have given them back to you so you could get that human being ass of an acorn off your foot. Talking about those Uber cards because she said, and I knew you were being shady with that. I mean, the Grand Dame. You can't beat this woman. She is in such a bad situation legally and is still delivering on the show. Like, I don't want to praise her because what she did was so awful. And I feel like I should be as mad at her as I was at Shannon before the season started. But I don't know why, like, it's just hasn't been so much in our face, I think. And that's why I don't feel as impacted. And like with Shannon's, we had an actual video showing her like run into a house. So that was very frightening. But Karen was just as bad. Even though I love Karen, she's a grand dame. She's great, but that was not good. But still funny that she said that to Ashley. Ashley owned it. She put her foot up on the table. Oh my God. What is a bunion? Oh my gosh. How do you get a bunion? Why? Another thing that I thought was funny in this episode is Wendy's mom. She like is scary sometimes. She had this like frozen fish, not even like wrapped up or anything. It had its mouth wide open, completely frozen. She just picks it up out of the freezer and is like waving it around. She's mad. I don't even know what they're talking about, but she delivers a line saying, God will judge you. And I don't know, maybe it's because of my background, like growing up in a church that cut deep. I was like, oh my God, I'm frightened right now. And also just on Sunday night, there was one Watch What Happens Live episode with Snoop, and it was his birthday. And the last time Snoop was on Watch What Happens Live, I was in the virtual audience. So I feel like I did smoke with him technically-ish virtually, but he's so funny because they're playing a game about whether they had Finstas or whatever. Snoop didn't even know what a Finsta was, and I thought that was so adorable. He's like, nah, I don't want that. I want all my stuff to be public. Love him. Oh, let's see. What else with Potomac? These ladies. Oh, the shady part in the episode description about Stacy's close friend, TJ. They haven't slept together or been intimate. They haven't even like tempted themselves. So like not even a makeout session is what I'm gathering. I wonder if they've kissed. Like what? They're adults and he's saying he doesn't want to have sex until marriage because he's religious. Do you guys believe this? Is this real? What's happening here? It feels odd to me. But I mean, is it her boyfriend or is it just her close friend? I don't know what's going on, but I would say he's a friend if they're not like making out. Unless he like gets a ring or something. What is going to happen with this relationship? Oh my gosh. Let's move on to Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Season 5, Episode 3, Let the Bottles Hit the Floor. An argument about splitting the bill puts Chef Cloyce on the outs until he bonds with the boys and finds his place in the crew. The deck team struggles during a tender lesson. That was kind of funny to watch. A severe sail causes bottles of liquor to crash all over the boat. Danny is emotional about a decor misunderstanding with Daisy. Chef Cloyce gets carried away when he joins to help on Floatopia. Captain Glenn worries about the guest meals getting done in time. Okay. This week was kind of boring for me too. I liked Chef Cloyce last week, and then this week he just gave huge ick with being cheap with the bill, stingy. Ugh, I hate that. It was not attractive at all. And then he just starts like playing with the guests instead of cooking. Hello? What are you doing, dude? So yeah, not a good episode for Cloyce, but unrelated to Cloyce. I was focused more on my issue with saying Ibiza. I don't feel comfortable saying it that way. I prefer to say Ibiza unless I was actually there, or if I was speaking to like a bunch of Europeans who I knew that they all call it Ibiza. But I just feel weird about it. And it feels very try hard. It feels very pretentious. I feel like I don't pronounce it that way because it says Ibiza. I don't know. Anyways, I did a poll. I said, is it immature to pronounce it Ibiza instead of Ibiza? And Twitter, 50% of you said, no, it's not immature. So I'm going to stick with saying Ibiza. And then on Instagram, 49% said, no, it's not immature. I feel like, and then a lot of people picked, I don't know. So it's not like 50-50. 32% picked, I don't know, on Twitter. And 31% on Instagram. So if you want to look at these numbers, I would say like 82% of people wouldn't have a problem with me saying Ibiza. That's how I will analyze that data. And then on Instagram, 80% of you wouldn't think it's immature for me to continue saying Ibiza. Now I feel like we've gotten that out of the way. I can pay attention more to this show. Let's move on. I have not much to say because Gary annoys me. And crying over decor, I was like, they don't have anything else to talk about? This is crazy. Why are we watching this? All right, but Real Housewives of New York City is not much better. I hate to say that, but there were a couple good moments. Let me get into it. Season 15, episode 4, Match Point of No Return. The Hamptons trip continues as the women hit the tennis courts and cook a Shabbat dinner. Raquel opens up about her childhood. Bryn and Aaron's prank leaves some a little uneasy. As tension builds, it threatens to derail the end of the trip. I don't even know what was going on. It's really hard for me to watch this show. And I don't know, like it just feels very produced, very manufactured and inauthentic. However, on that note, I will say something positive. I really, really love Raquel. Her story about her childhood, her relationship with her father was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. And those moments are what I'm here for, I think. Because I want to know when we're watching two people argue, I want to know more like where are they coming from? Like what shoes? Let me try to put myself in their shoes. And in order for me to do that, I need to know more about their background. And Raquel revealing that about herself, I think is one very brave, very genuine, very authentic, and admirable. She's taken that and she's turned it into something positive, and she's very successful and amazing. And I love her family. That's all I have to say about New York, I think. I really don't know what they're arguing about. I'm so confused. Moving on. But I do love Jessel. Jessel is one of my faves. Like, she's just unintentionally hilarious, and it reminds me a little bit of Lisa Barlow. Like, Lisa Barlow will do and say things that I'm not mad at her for, but they're just so funny because they're out of pocket or out of left field, and I love it. That's what I'm here for. But speaking of Salt Lake City, let's move on. I have a lot to talk about with this one, but obviously we'll get into more details when we do the Patreon on Monday. So make sure you sign up. Okay, so this week we had season 5, episode 6, Mafia Wives and Bad Vibes. The episode description is Angie celebrates her 25th wedding anniversary with a mafia themed party and extends a surprising olive branch. Whitney accuses Lisa of leaking the rumor about her jewelry company, leading to a fight that goes beyond the women to include their husbands. I'm just picturing Justin and John Barlow right now. Oh, I love the show. Mary and Angie accuse Heather of being two-faced, but Heather thinks Bronwyn may be to blame. Brittany is caught in a love triangle that leaves her in tears. Oh my God. This show. I don't even know where to begin. Okay. Let me go to the episode description. So I love, in this episode, I actually felt like it felt right that Angie is center snowflake because she does a lot. She shares a lot, but she's not really like in the middle of all the drama, but she's also like keeping things moving and exciting, like with her mafia themed anniversary party, the invitations going out. She extended them, to people that she doesn't even like or is not on good terms. So I love that about Angie. And I love how, because don't forget on our Patreon, we're rewatching season 4. In season 4, Sean said, I don't want to ever be near that woman, talking about Meredith. And he was like, she's not allowed in this house. Fast forward one season, now Meredith is in their house. This is what I love about reality TV. We have a history, we have receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots. Love it. So what else? Whitney is still accusing Lisa of leaking the rumor about her jewelry company. She has lunch with Meredith and tells Meredith what's going on, and Meredith, thank God, can see what's going on and is like, I feel like Whitney's trying to rally me to go against Lisa, but Meredith is the one who's like questioning the source, like where is this even coming from? Why? Like what is happening here? Instead of just running with it. So I love that about Meredith. I love how she's unbothered. I love that she's analytical. Will put some thought behind things before just running with it. And Yeah, she's hilarious. I loved her look for the Mob Wives theme party. She wore sunglasses the whole time. I loved it. I loved everything about it. But what is up with Whitney trying to blame Lisa Barlow? Okay, if you all are not following along with all the side drama, I'm not either. Apparently, Up and Adam called Whitney. It was on screen last week. He went to say that's not really how things went, and it wasn't Lisa Barlow. Somehow Dana Wilkie is involved. I just found this out like yesterday that she's the one who posted those pictures of Whitney's jewelry being from Alibaba. And I don't know what's going on with that, but there's a lot of action going on between Up and Adam, Zach Peter from No Filter with Zach. And I even saw like Donna from Daily Dose of Donna being thrown in. I'm like, oh my God, why is everyone fighting? I don't want to be involved in it. I love all those people, by the way. So I'm not gonna dissect all that, but I just feel strongly after watching the after show, which you can find on YouTube. Meredith said that she got a call from Adam where it was confirmed that it was definitely not Lisa. And I felt in that moment during the after show, Meredith exonerated Lisa and Adam from this situation. So then it makes me think, well, why is this a thing? And it all goes back to Whitney. And I'm like, did Whitney do this to herself? I don't know if, like, I feel like that could be a possibility. But what I really think, if Whitney truly feels like someone is after her, I don't think it's Lisa Barlow. I don't think it's Meredith, obviously. I don't think Mary cares enough to do that. Who else? Bronwyn? I doubt Bronwyn would do something like that so soon, maybe in the future. Who else? Brittany, she's not going to do that. The only person I can see really do, oh, and I don't think it would be Angie. Why would Angie give her crap? I think Heather Gay is behind this. Yep, you heard me. I said it. I think Heather Gay is behind this. This is totally something she would do. And if you don't know my feelings on Heather Gay, again, join our Patreon because that's where we have our weekly vent sessions about Heather Gay. Okay, what else? Oh man, this guy, the D-list Osmond. Should I move on to that yet or talk about how Mary called out Heather in this episode, which I loved it. Everything Mary is saying is completely accurate about Heather in my eyes, at least. And I do think that while I'm still on the fence with Bronwyn, like sometimes I really love her. And then other times I'm like, wait, hold up. What was that all about? So for example, like when did I love her? I loved her when she opened up about Gwen and Gwen's family. But then something, like she'll say something every now and then that just kind of like triggers me. She said, Lisa was saying to her, wow, I didn't even know that Gwen's dad was, part of this family. And Bronwyn said something like, that's by design. And that threw me off big time because I'm like, what does that mean? That was by design, that Lisa wouldn't know that Bronwyn is associated with that family because Bronwyn knew that Lisa was associated with that family. Like that would contradict what she's saying about, like we had this revelation. Was it truly a revelation at the airport when she showed the picture of Gwen's father? And why did she have it readily available? If her husband hasn't even seen a picture of that guy ever. So like, how does she have it so readily available to show Lisa? I thought that was bizarre, but I'm not accusing Bronwyn of anything. I hope that's not true because that would be so creepy. But there's other things she said that I'm just like, that's suspect. But I do like that she called out Heather. She was like, you are trying to be the head bitch in charge, and that is so accurate. It's so obvious. All right, let's vent about Heather Gay on Patreon. Let's not do it here. But I do want to talk about the D-list Osmond. This is my time to do it, I guess. He asked for this. For those of you who are wondering, maybe you don't remember, the D-list Osmond is Brittany's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend, I don't know, on and off boyfriend who wrote her this letter that we made a banger of. You are a unicorn, hence a unicorn gift, I love you. Okay, so last week we made a lot of jokes about this because he's clearly, I mean, if you just look at what he wrote in that letter, you can see his condescending tone, his arrogance, how he talks down to women. It's just gross. So yeah. And then also based on their interaction on screen, it was only 3 minutes. He's very fixated on the fact that he was only on screen for 3 minutes. Newsflash, buddy, because I'm sure you're watching. We know that you're DMing other Bravo accounts. Like, this man has underestimated women in general, but also the Bravo community. And that's where I am highly offended. So yeah, you can go check out that D-list Osmond music video on YouTube. But I have to tell you all about this. So shout out to Bravo Then versus Now, who posted this picture of, by the way, we're calling him Dosmond now. Short for D-list Osmond, just straight Dosmond. The caption says, he may go by the name Jared, but make no mistake about it, he's most definitely a Tom. They got the covering their eye emoji and their tongue sticking out. They nailed it, right? In the caption, they have, who in the name of all things Girardi, Ravenel, and Sandoval does this D-list Osmond think he is? Eye roll emoji, shush emoji. Brit girl, run. Run from the bullshit, run from the gaslighting, and oh my God, run like hell away from this smug, squinty crap spewing face. And maybe, just maybe, you'll make a good future Real Housewife. Maybe. Oh my God, I love you, Bravo Denver's now. So I comment, because I support others. I comment, he's the worst. Okay. 3 days go by. 3 days. 3 days go by. And somebody replies to my comment that he's the worst. It's Jared Osmond. He says, I really am. Excuse me, sir. Why are you commenting? He just poked. That was a poke. Remember Facebook and the poke functionality? This is a poke. So I'm like, all right, let's dance, boy. And I replied, we all know, smoking emoji. And he's like quick to reply. He replies again, do you have an amazing gift to assess somebody so quickly? Very impressive. There's no question mark in that sentence. Do you have an amazing gift to assess somebody so quickly? So I respond, not sure if you're asking me or if you're telling me, but it doesn't matter because I already know. Hands out emoji. So then he proceeds to say, I thought we were done. Okay. Honestly, every time I'm like, okay, I got the last word. And then he comes back. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. He says, well, you have an amazing gift. You should be a psychic. I can't imagine assessing somebody in 3 minutes. Proud of you. You have a prosperous future ahead of you. Bitch. Excuse me? That is the most condescending, arrogant tone I've ever read. Proud of you? I don't give a fuck if you're proud of me. I don't want you to think of me. Like, go away. Why are you even here? And then saying you have a prosperous future ahead of you as if I don't know. I know that, dude. I am in my prosperity. So get yourself right before you come over here because you're going down now. What else did he say? Then, 2 minutes after he sends that disgusting comment, he writes, I'm just having fun. Don't take me too seriously. All the best. In a micro penis voice. So I said, you're probably used to not being able to have gifts and talents such as mine. Blushing emoji. And he responded again, probably not. Ooh, this is like the biggest example of douchebaggery I've ever seen. Also, you should be psychic. I am fucking psychic, you dumbass. Who the fuck does this guy think he is? You just gave me fuel. This is a gift. What a creep. We're not done either. Okay, so I was like, why did he send me 2 comments in a row? I thought that was weird. One was so condescending. And then 2 minutes later, he's like, I'm just having fun. Don't take me too seriously. After he just like insulted me. So without knowing me, of course, I don't think he's seen any of my stuff because then I go and check and he was in my stories. So he saw a really hot picture of me. Wait, should I show it? I can show maybe. I don't have time to scroll through all those. Okay, so I don't know. This guy is a douche bag. I'm like, this is also at 1 a.m. my time. And I know that they're like 3 hours behind or whatever, but still, are you drunk? This is a Tuesday evening. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? So after he looks at my stories, he responds to my stories because when he started commenting to me, I screenshotted and put in my stories to share with you all. Why not? Of course, I'm going to do that. And he writes back to one of my stories saying, ew, the D-list Osmond is replying to my comment that he's the worst. So he writes, my goodness, do you actually live for this drama? It's fascinating. I get that you have a platform and it's your job to be polarizing. It's just really strange. I'm sure you have better things to do. If you have any actual questions for me, I'm happy to answer them. But it looks to me like you're just in your own little world of make-believe, looking for attention. Good for you. I wish you all the best. Oh my gosh. And then he replies to another story of mine and said, and you assess this how? I can't believe how bored you are. Oh my gosh. I literally don't even have to do anything for you all to see. He's shown who he is. This is disgusting. I haven't responded yet, and I don't know if I will ever, but this is so funny. My goodness, you actually live for this drama? It's fascinating. Oh, he thinks I'm fascinating. He goes, I get that you have a platform and it's your job. Bitch, you don't know my job. It's not my job to be polarizing. This man is wild. And then after he says this to me, he's like, if you have any questions for me, like, no, I don't want to talk to you. But I think you want me to talk to you, which is weird. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And you assess this how? This guy is frail, very frail. After he DMs me, He goes on my post where I had I almost said lyrics, where I had what he wrote on that note. So I posted this on Instagram as a post. You are a unicorn. He comments. First, he replies to somebody who commented, which I find to be extremely rude. Like, come after me? That's one thing, but you start coming after my people? Oh, hell no, dude. You are done. So he responds to someone saying, wow, you got all of that from 3 minutes of video on me? You must be a genius. Again, 3 minutes. He's so focused on the 3 minutes. Sir, I could read you in less than 3 minutes, in less than 3 seconds. Okay. Then he comments just on the post, hilarious. I said it one time. That note is a private communication between Brittany and I. Nice of her to throw me under the bus. I suppose that's what she wanted. How sad that nothing is sacred. How sad. How sad. Oh my God. I cannot deal with this person. I didn't respond to that either because I'm like, this man is unhinged. He's probably wasted on a Tuesday night. Probably, I don't know. His date probably stood him up because I'm sure he's got like 50 different girls he's after at all times. He's just, you can tell he's one of those people. So then I go back today because I wanted to see the comments again. He deleted all of his comments. I die. That is bitch boy behavior. We won. We won. Oh, I love it. But on top of this, Fuzzy Puff said he's sad. He is totally that guy. He is. It's creepy. Predator-like. Max said, Salt Lake City episode was a 10 out of 10, especially with Mary being really involved. Mary was on fire this last episode. But the after show is interesting. Again, go check that out. I think it's on YouTube. Or I know it's on YouTube. I don't know where else it is. But it was Bronwyn who said, I didn't know what was going on with that fight because I was hearing that Jared has a small penis. In fact, they called it a micro penis. Not my words. I don't want to know what it looks like, but watch out, everyone, because I could predict that this guy, from knowing what we know about him, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts sending dick pics out. And if that happens, I'm calling the police. Okay, what else? Anything else on Real Housewives of Salt Lake? Again, there is so much, so we'll cover it on Patreon. Let's move on to Real Housewives of Orange County. This is season 18, episode 16, Sunday Roasted. Jen demands answers about the background check on Ryan, but Tamra explains the twisted truth as Shannon departs from the group to meet up with her daughters. Heather learns that Katie is spreading rumors about her that involve the kids. After the ladies explore the English countryside, Gina becomes collateral damage when Tamra reveals that Shannon allegedly had damning info about Gina to expose at last year's reunion. So before I comment on the actual show, the quote unquote Bravo news of the week, in between episodes, there's always things going on. Jugs had commented, remember, Shannon read the text from Alexis to Gina where she said, everything you and Tamra have said in the media since the divorce are lies. We have engaged an attorney and will be suing you and Tamra for slander and defamation, blah, blah, blah. I won't get into the rest of it. Jugs responds, I am not a liar. Yes, I remember this text. Swipe left. I don't know what she put on the next one. A text is not a legal document. Oh my God. Right off the bat, Alexis, Jugs, whatever your name is, she's already being defensive and not taking accountability for this text message, which is very telling. But she says, a text is not a legal document, which was the original accusation. Technicalities, oh my gosh. This text did not get the ball rolling. It was my attempt to stop the ball from rolling. It was sent to both Tamara and Shannon at Jim Bellino's request in 2018 with hopes that they would stop attacking our family. And at a time, our family was already in shambles from 6 months of our new divorce, yada, 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 yada. So Jugs is still kicking. She's still going. This is wild. She will not give up. She wants to be on this show. I don't think she's giving up anytime soon. Other quote unquote news around OC. In Touch Weekly posted Jennifer Pedrante's ex-husband, William, accuses her of harassment and saying disparaging lies on Real Housewives of Orange County. Excuse me. Well, first of all, this was, I think, the first time we saw a picture of this guy. What has she said on the show that's been harassment or disparagement? I am already getting icky vibes from this guy. I don't like it. He's probably going to want to, he was working for her family, and that's how she was supported financially, was through him because her family employed him. And now he's not working for them anymore. And I think he's going to try to get her to pay him eventually at some point. Mark my words. This is me predicting. I'm a witch. We'll see. Fuzzy Puff said, Tamara has totally crossed the line. She has become so nasty. I don't even want to talk about Tamara because she blocked me on Instagram. I did nothing to her. Literally. I don't even talk about her. You can go back. There's receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots of it. Whatever. Okay. Next, we're going to go into reunion looks that came out yesterday. The first one is Katie Janella, my girl. She looks amazing. She has a red long sleeve. It's all like fitted, this long dress. The color is perfection. It's got ruching in the front. It has like a little like traditional, this is actually like I think a Chinese traditional style neckline with the buttons that go across. And but it doesn't matter. She looks amazing. Like her hair is on point. She's always pulling the face card. Love it. 10 out of 10. I love how she accessorized. Very demure. Just a simple earring, bracelet, and ring. Love it. Then we have Shannon in a white short dress with long sleeves and an embellished neckline that's in like a square shape. She looks great. I almost feel like she wore this same exact dress before, though. Like, I feel like I've seen this before. I'm not sure. Jen Pedranti, I mean, the woman could show up in a garbage bag and she'd look amazing. And she does look amazing here in this dress that's like a rusty reddish orange color. It's a very simple dress, but it works for Jen Pedranti because her beauty is just stunning. No notes. Gina is next. Gina. Actually, I kind of want to go through my tweets because I did a poll from this last night's episode and I need to talk about this. So Gina says, or she pulls out 2 pomegranates and says that that's the size of Travis's balls. I'm like horrified for many reasons. Number one, is that normal? Pomegranate size balls? I did a poll on that. 3%, 3 of you said, yes, that is normal. I don't know about that. But what bothered me more about this is, let me get this. Let me show you guys this tweet. So I wrote, no, but this actually makes me dislike Gina even more. I'm never going to be outing my man's balls on national television after I just kicked him and his kids out of my house because they were too poor and then blamed it all on his ex-wife. Like she's acting wild in her personal life, like bringing it onto screen. If I was that ex-wife, I would be livid. Like, you just don't do that. I would never do that. You don't do that, right? That's poor taste, I would say. Oops, 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 oops. Oh, I don't know if I want to talk about this, but someone did reach out to me. Like kind of mentioning that they brought up the whole Gina pushing Travis down the stairs thing. And I don't know if that's true. And I didn't investigate this source, so I don't even know. Like, it seemed like, and what they told me, they're very close. So I was like, okay, they could be reliable. But then I don't know. It could be somebody who's just like, get this out there. But it's wild that Gina has a lot of mess in her personal life. And the way she just talks shit this season is wild to me. But okay, maybe that's how she's trying to stay on the show. Anyways, her look for the reunion, she's got that like wet hair look going on that we've seen many times. Her sequin dress is very, very short. I think I can see her cervix a little bit. It's peeping out a little bit. She looks good. By the way, they all look great. But this look is not doing it for me because I feel like we've seen this before. That's part of fashion, right? You have to like surprise us. I don't know. I'm not a fashion expert, but maybe I should be. Anyways, let me move on to Tamra Judge. Oh, public enemy number one. Girl, why did you block me? Anyways, I really like this dress. This dress is so cute. It's long sleeve. It's a red color. Everyone is crushing the Bravo and Blaze red these days. Dubai was all about it. And here we are again. But this dress is long sleeve and then the top is like cropped. I don't know. This could be a two-piece. The skirt or bottom half has like an asymmetrical, I don't know how to describe this, like waistline with like a buckle that goes over the hip. It's hot. It is very sexy. I want this outfit. Like, I would wear this for sure. And then we have Heather Dubrow, fancy pants. You know, I'm always going to feel like fancy pants is a part of my family. But I'm not going to lie, she's kind of irking me this season. Like, the things she gets dramatic about and starts getting emotional over with Gina and with Katie, I'm like, enough. This is not the Heather Dubrow I know. I don't feel like, but her dress looks amazing. Of course, she has off the shoulder, like a ruched mesh type of dress that's below the knee, but then the slip or whatever undergarments garments make me think of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. But whatever, that's like basically just a tube dress. So love it. Demure, rich. We love it. What else? Okay, so we still have more looks. I thought we were done. There's a lot of these. Emily is gorgeous. I don't know if I love this look. It's gold. It's a halter top. It's all right. She looks great, but I'm not like wowed by this look. It's too boring for me. I mean, it's not like completely boring. It could be worse, but it could be better too. I'm gonna move on. Ugh, jugs, not jugs. So Jugs is wearing a short dress that with like a halter top. It's bedazzled. She looks the same as she was back in the day, in the early seasons. What happened to her dress line? Didn't she have a fashion line? I'm not impressed. Come correct, Jugs. Get it together. Okay. And as a reminder, I did interview Katie on my show. She is our first Korean housewife on Bravo TV. And I am just a ride or die kind of gal. I know we hate that phrase because of Heather Gay, but I really am. And I like her. I don't see why everyone, or not everyone, but people who love Heather Fancy Pants, I think, are probably just jumping on the bandwagon and coming after Katie, but I like her. I don't think she's done anything wrong. So go check out our interview. She has a lot to her personality and her background. So she better be on the next season or else I'm going to riot. I am going to be livid if they don't bring her back. Okay, is that it? I think that's everything. And we went over an hour. So we lost our Instagram people. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay. I wish they were still here with us, but hopefully they joined from Instagram over to YouTube. But thank you all for being here. I want to make sure I remind you all to subscribe, follow, share, like, leave a comment, and 5-star rating for Bravo and Blaze on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow on social media at Bravo and Blaze. Check out new episodes of Bravo and Blaze every Friday and Patreon on Mondays, but also keep your eye out for bonus episodes. Until next time, stay lit, y'all.